subject known as TikTok has the stolen OSS mini disc. Alpha Bravo teams move in to apprehend the target. He's got time bombs.
Be careful what you wish for.
TikTok has the stolen OSS mini disc and is on the move.
Sorry, I can't hang around.
I'm coming with a third team. On-site arrival in 4 minutes.
I don't have 4 minutes. I'll get him faster with the zip line. If I don't catch him now, who knows how many people he'll free.
You forgot one tiny detail. You're pregnant.
Yeah, well, they say you can exercise them until the last day of pregnancy, so here we go.
Oh, man.
Whoa, what was that?
Distraction?
Time to hang it up. You're about to become a mom.
All the more reason to get the job done now.
Hello, and welcome to the 21st video of this summer vacation. Now it is, but technically Coronacation. And the featured movie that we have today is Spy Kids, All the Time in the World. But if you just want it for short, it could also be Spy Kids 4 or Spy Kids 4D. Either one will give you this movie, Spy Kids All the Time in the World. And Spy Kids, if you know, it's a it's a movie series. So this is the fourth one. I do not know if there's a fifth one, but I'm pretty positive that there isn't. But they're great movies. Awesome. Watch the first three if you want to. Spy Kids 1, Spy Kids 2, Spy Kids 3, you could just search up. However, you do not need to watch the first three to understand this movie. So, without further ado, let's get to this topic. And as I said before, I'm splitting this up into 2 weeks because it's a lot to kind of memorize. So I'm basically just what I'm going to do in this video, because it's kind of not a non-traditional video, because basically all the work you're going to have to be doing by yourself. But I'm just going to give you the tables. You can pause it, take a picture of it, or you can just search it up online as well for other tables if you don't like the ones that I have, or you want to find better ones of your liking. And then I'm just going to teach you a couple of tricks, and then we'll be on our way. So this is the first table that we have, and I know I taught you in the last video how to use it. So like if I was like 4 times 6, we would trace down 4 and 6, and where they meet, that was the answer. So that's how you use this table. If you want a more thorough explanation, go back to multiplication tables part 1. But if you're watching this video and you have not watched multiplication tables part 1, watch it please. But take a picture of this. I'm going to pause. Alright, so let's move on to, I got a second one. This one's probably better because all you need to focus on are these three. Right? Because remember, 1 through 9 was part 1. Now 10 to 12 is part 2. So I'm just going to get rid of all of that. Take your pictures. Study it. If it's also hard to read, you can create your own table if you want. Just use a calculator. Ask your parents for one. They probably have ones on their phones. You can just go into your calculator 1 times, let's say 11. You get the answer as 11, boom. And you just make your own table like that using a calculator, and then you study it. So just reinforcing the idea of what part 1 was talking all about is memorization. All this is going to be on you. No one is going to help you. No one's going to help you memorize it. This is all on you. And you need to know this entire thing by the start of 4th grade. And trust me on that, because if you don't, you will fall behind, and that is only going to hurt you more. So memorize all of this, 1 to 12. I've attached worksheets, I've attached games. It'll help you memorize it. And once you start 4th grade, you will impress your teacher. Trust me on that. But tricks. So we have 10 and 11. Those are the two numbers that I know how to do tricks on. So these two numbers are the ones that I know how to do little tricks and little loopholes in. So yeah, there's no easy way to there's no trick for the 12 times table. There's methods that you can do to find it all at once, like the entire 12 times table, but the tricks I'm going to teach you, if I just pick a random thing, I go 10 times 8, then you're going to immediately know that it's 80 because of the trick. If I try to do 12 times 3, then you're going to have to do the trick where you're going to write down everything, and you can search tricks up online, but I think the best way would just be to memorize. It's just 12 more numbers, or 12 more equations that you got to memorize, because these two tricks will help you a lot. So let's go with the tens, which is this is the most simple trick. So if I go 5 times 10, the answer will be 50. Whatever number you're multiplying by 10, just add a 0 to the right of it. So if I did 6 times 10, we take the number, and since there's 1 0 over here, we add 1 0 to the right. 11 times 10, same thing. Take the number and add a 0. It's as simple as that. Let's try it again. Let's do 4 times 10. Try to figure that one on using the trick of taking the number and just adding a 0 to the right of it. Exactly, 40. Now this little trick can be used with this number. Try to think of what the answer will be. I'll give you a little hint. The 3 goes over here. 10, 1 0 1 0. Now think of the answer. 3,000. Perfect. 3 0 0 0. However many number zeros there are, you put it over here. Now this trick is only true if there's a 1 and then zeros that follow it. If there's a 1 and then a 0 and then a 1, the trick does not work. There's a 2 and zeros over here, the trick does not work. It only has to be like this. And the trick is that you take, if you're multiplying a number, let's say 21 times a number, you take the number that's not the one with the 1 and zeros, you put it at the end, and you just attach however many zeros there are. So there are 2 zeros, so I just attach 2 zeros. Now that's just a trick with like the hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, a million. That's a trick for everything. So you can apply the tens trick to all of these numbers that have 1 and then zeros all after it. So basically 1 times 10, we take the 1, put it over here. There's 1 0, we just attach 1 0. Bada bing, bada boom. Now the 11's one. For numbers 1 through 9, it's pretty simple. If I did 1 times 11, I just write this number twice. So if I did 5 times 11, you write this number twice. So if I did 8 times 11, try to look at the pattern. What would it be? Perfect. 88. If I did 9 times 11, this is the highest number that it could go to because these numbers are 1 digit. There's only one number here. So this rule of putting the number that's multiplying by 11 twice, written twice, only goes for single one-digit numbers. Now, once you get to the 10 to 12, it's a bit more complicated, so stick with me. So obviously we know if I did 10 times 11, we can use the tens trick and just take 11 and then add a 0. But whenever we multiply two-digit numbers with 11, I'm going to use 15 as an example. And let's do 32 times 11. Why not? You split the numbers. Now this rule is for two-digit numbers. I don't think you're going to need to know the rule for 3 digits. If you want, you can email me, but this is for two-digit numbers. So 1 through 9, this rule of double, that's for single digit, which is 1. This rule is for double-digit numbers. There has to be two numbers, 2 digits, to use this second rule. And this one was with only 1 digit. So you split. I'm going to underline the numbers that are not 11. We split the number like this. I'm going to do it for all of them except for 15. Because 15 you'll do by yourself. We split the number just like that. So we have it. We split the two numbers, and the middle number, listen, is the sum of the 2 digits. So for this one, 11, 1 plus 1 is 2, right? 12, 1 plus 2. We split it up and we add the 2 digits and we get 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. So let's do another number. So 54 times 11. So we're going to use the same trick. We split these two numbers and put one single number in between them. So we're going to put one number in between these. We split the two numbers. Now to find that number, that question mark number, we have to add these two numbers together. So 5 plus 4, if you know, is 9. So the answer is 594. Now that trick can be applied to any double-digit numbers. So I'm trying to do 11 times 15 and then I'm going to go on my little talk. So pause the video, take a break, try to find the answer. Alright, so remember, we have to split up the numbers and put one number in between these two ones. So there's one missing number. So we split the number, the two numbers, for the number that is not 11, obviously. And then we have to add each digit. So 1 plus 5 is 6. So 165 is the answer. Now, when I was going with 32 and 100 and 1,000 over here, you don't need to memorize those, but those are just some little tricks. These tricks apply to more than just 10 through 12 over the doubles. It can apply to 32, 54, and not just tens over here. It could apply to 10,000, 1,000, 100. So you don't have to know it, but it would help you on a test, especially the tens trick. I think this number with the little zeros, that trick you really should memorize because it will help you so much on a test or just in general as well. But the 11s trick, You don't have to, but I'm just giving it to you because why not? If you want to take it, take it. If you don't, don't. You just have to memorize the times table from 1 to 12. That's all you have to do. Everything else is up to you. If you want to excel in math and you want to keep going, maybe you should memorize it. If you still want to do good in your classes, you could still memorize it. If you want to impress your teacher, you can. But if you're like, I just want to do whatever is good enough, I just want to do whatever I have to do good, then you just need to know 1 to 12. So everything else is up to you. I taught you the tricks for 10 and 11. However, for 12, you're going to need to memorize that for yourself. And as I've been saying before in part 1 so many times, this is memorization. This is all up to you. Rewatch this video to understand the tricks again if you got a little confused. So, I spelled single wrong actually. Wow. Some of you probably caught me on that. That's my bad. I'm just looking at that now. But for 10, this trick applies to all numbers. The 11's trick only applies to single and double digit numbers, and each of them have different tricks. So there's 2 tricks for 11 and 10. It's universal to 1. So I think you guys got what I wanted to say. It's all up to you now. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this little video here. Stay safe, stay cool, stay learning. Bye-bye.